Welcome to the Zaxby's Coaches Show, brought to you by First Bank, Farm Bureau Insurance, and Zaxby's Friends, Family, Flavor. With your host, Chris Delambert, only on the NFHS Network, brought to you by New Image Media.
Welcome to the Zaxby's Coaches Show. I'm Chris Delambert. With me, Hector Perez from Zaxby's. You got a football, man. Let me see that.
Yeah, I brought it for you, actually,
That's
man.
pretty
I
dope.
figured you would enjoy it.
I am digging that. Yeah, man. The problem is, if I take this from you, it's going to go to my house, and it will last about 7 seconds with my dog.
Oh, well, let's see. I got plenty of them, man.
Okay.
He'll
enjoy it. He'll enjoy it. He'll love it. He'll love
Need
it.
'em.
That's pretty cool, man. How are things?
Oh, you know what? They're good. They're, God, it's starting to get darker a lot earlier than I wanted to. But for the most part, I mean, it actually makes it a little bit lively at Zaxby's. You know, you got all the lights going and everything, so that's a good thing. So
all right, speaking of, darkness and all the rest of that, you guys got a big event tonight, right?
Yeah, we have a golf sponsorship up in Southern Pines for Pinehurst 1, which should be fun.
How did I not find out about that? I mean, friends of the program.
I found out a little late. But it is what it is. You got to do your job. Good job.
I appreciate you wearing the bucket hat too, man, because I feel underdressed. I normally have a coat, tie, something going on. Yeah.
Kind of match your energy.
Yeah, So let's talk about trunk or treat.
Yeah. What's it called? Actually, I'm actually going to be attending one that's not Zaxby's, but I can't really get details on that one. Well,
that was weird.
Oh, we sponsor, Wilkinson, but this one's up all the way in Durham, so.
Okay.
I don't want to give.
Is this an adult trunk or treat, or?
I think so, yeah. But you bring your dog. So if you got a dog and you want to put a costume in him, come down there, man.
What day is it?
October. It's the weekend before Halloween, so.
Well, that's like this weekend.
Is it this weekend?
I don't know. I'm going to check it out. It says Durham. I can take my dog trick or treat.
Yeah, you can.
I'm all for it.
I'm still looking forward to the one at the Harley Davidson in Bayville, man. I mean, a bunch of kids come out. Like, God, last year it was like over 400 kids. Ran me dry of candy, so I'm really excited for that one. It's a fun time.
All right,
give out a lot of candy.
If you're excited, I'm excited.
Yeah, always.
Hey, best thing about this weekend's game, man, there was a 60-tender platter in the press box.
I missed you guys.
You came through, man.
Yeah, I know.
That was all right. That was good stuff. It was a rough weekend.
You enjoyed it, at least.
I really did.
You did on camera?
Can't tell you. Actually, yes.
Okay, good. Okay,
there was some dead air, and I told folks, if you don't hear me talk for a little while, it's probably because I have a mouth full of chicken. I did. I was hungry, and the breaks weren't long enough, so I did what I had to do.
Hey, gotta get it when you can.
Hector, you are the salt of the earth. I will see you tomorrow.
Yes, you will see me tomorrow. We'll be at Zaxby's, so it should be
fun. There you go. Tonight is the Lee County Coaches Show. Tomorrow is the Moore County Coaches Show. Be there with Coach Jason Truesdale of the Union Pines Vikings and Coach Nick Edens from Pinecrest. I'm excited about that. But tonight, I'm here. Coach Steve Burdeau is here. I don't know who's going to be here from Southern Lee, but we'll figure that out as we go. You're watching Zaxby's Coaches Show. I'm Chris. We'll be back with Coach here in just a little bit. Actually, no, I think we're going to be back with Merrick from First Bank.
Yeah, we are, actually. There you go.
Keep me straight.
You're on it, man.
Thanks, man. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
All right, soldiers. Today we decide. Are we going to run and hide? Or are we going to fight? They think it's over. Well, they got another thing coming. Because today, we're going big.
Introducing Zaxby's new signature sandwich with a double hand-breaded filet, split top bun, and Zax sauce, or new spicy Zax sauce. Only at Zaxby's.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. My name is Rich Trocken, and we are First Bank.
All right, welcome back to the Zaxby's Coaches Show. Coach, we're going to talk about this past weekend with Richmond. We're going to talk about next weekend with Scotland. But first, I want to ask you, what use do we have for college rankings if Tennessee is not number one right now?
Yeah, that's a good point. The way they won that game, dominating through a lot of it, and obviously come back and winning late with that big field goal. I don't know. That's a good question.
You got 4 ranked victories plus you beat
the
Alabama.
team that was there were 2 or 3 going.
Yeah, come on, man.
That's good. That's a good question. These rankings.
Yeah, Ohio State. You look at strength of schedule, can match up. Georgia's strength of schedule is not as good. Give them the nod, man.
Yeah, well, they get to play each other, so it works itself out eventually.
It does, but it's trash. Anyway, I used to be married to a girl from Tennessee.
Okay.
A long time ago. Back in the day. Anyway, Richmond this weekend, dude. Oh, broke my heart. Great game. Final tally 35-33. You guys came out on the wrong end of it. Again, though, you spotted a couple touchdown lead at the beginning of the game. What do you guys got to do to get out of the blocks faster?
So really we started extremely well on offense. We moved the ball inside the 10. We dropped a touchdown pass on first down. We missed a touchdown throw on third down and get a field goal blocked on fourth down. So, all those things, we look at a lot of things that happen at the end of the game, but that's the first series. Any of those things happen well for us, we win the game.
Yeah, I was going to say that missed field goal.
Yeah,
that's easy to put your finger on.
Yeah, but then they go down and do a good job of moving the ball. One big play, we got them on the ground, but they got that was really what was the catalyst to their drive. The second series, get them in third and long, and then make another play. Overall, besides about 4 plays in the game, the defense actually played well. But those 4 plays were big plays.
Yeah, they were. Now, on the second of those big plays was a screen pass. The running back, Tate Spencer, brought in, took it to the house. The play design, we kind of marveled about it because generally when you see a screen set up, you've got the quarterback dropping back, your defensive lineman kind of key on that. But there was so much misdirection and activity. Do you think that deked your defensive lineman, or what happened where there was that much space?
We're at, they're faking an option. They had a tendency to run an option out of that formation, so that was a good play off of it. We were in a cover 4 look, so we were, it was 3rd and 17, I think. So we were willing to give them a 7, 8, 9 yard play. We took a couple bad angles, and bad angles against a kid that can fly.
Yeah,
turned into a touchdown.
So, if anybody watched that game on replay, one of the things that would jump out at them was how much Richmond struggled with the snap. Mm-hmm. A lot of bad snaps. And they came at some inopportune times, gave you guys some breaks, and really kind of kept them from maybe pulling away as they built momentum. But one of the things we talked about during the telecast is they were struggling with the snap, and it was dramatic. It was over their head, and big losses where they fell on the football. But you guys, there have been times in games that you guys have been bit by a similar thing, but just not just as dramatic. Mm-hmm. Explain for the folks at home how critical the timing on the snap is, and what happens if the snap is a little high or a little low, and what that does for the rest of the play.
Yeah, definitely. So Steven's talking about us and some of the things they do. They do a lot of reads with the quarterback on a defensive end, or everything for the quarterback is footwork and timing. So anything that delays that messes up an exchange with the running back, and it may not let him read a defensive end if he was going to be an RPO situation or zone read. If it's a straight drop back pass, he's probably not getting to his first read, probably having going straight to a second read. So the snap is fundamental in football. Okay, so you guys got in a hole early, had some breaks go against you. Right before the half, there was a big play. Mm-hmm. There was a call. Everybody's still sort of buzzing about it. The fact that it was flagged and all the rest of that doesn't matter. But you went from sort of the euphoria of we're set up, we got a couple of cracks at this from the 5-yard line to end the half, cut this lead even farther. Talk about what happened to the energy. How does that feel when you see a flag that late, almost after the play is over? Not that it came in after the play was over completely. Talk about what you're feeling in a moment like that is, because I made a comment earlier. I would have come unglued. How do you feel? Yeah, so anytime dealing with or talking to officials, the biggest thing is I want to know what they saw so I can make sure that we're, before I have a disagreement, know what they visually, what they saw. So I can make sure we're coaching our kids. But that's just I try to make sure that I make sure they know that I might not have agreed with them and what we saw and maybe what I thought their fundamentals of their calls should have been. And then I go back to trying to coach our kids and make sure that they understand, if we do something different, we don't leave it in their hands. So for the folks at home that didn't see the game, quarterback Mark Schlesinger broke the pocket. Mm-hmm. It was on a 4th down play. Yeah. Broke the pocket. The ball was spotted at the 30-yard line, and 4th and 8, I think is what it was. And as Schlesinger approached the line of scrimmage, what it looks like on the replay is that he was straddling the 30, let the ball go past it forward,
running back B.J. Brown got it weaved through traffic down to about the 5-yard line. Clock would have stopped about 18 seconds left in a half, and nobody recognized until well after the play that there was a flag on the far side where the official had said he crossed the line of scrimmage. To be fair, it was a bang-bang play. Where we had a hard time stomaching, and I'm sure you did as well, was the timing of the flag. But that was a big play in the ball game. And then, in the second half, it was, it's sort of circumstance after circumstance after circumstance. A couple of times you guys got down deep in the red zone, came away with no points, all the way down to the very tail end of the ball game where you guys got to within 8 points, lined up to kick the extra point, and bounced it off the left upright. Now, that said, you still came back, came down, scored again, and had a chance to tie the ball game very late. And what do you call? We saw this for years, and we never knew what to call it, where you line up 3 guys in the middle of the field with everybody else overset to the left. What do you call that alignment?
So the formation was called as polecat, and it's kind of I don't know who the guy was, but a ways back, Coach Williams, our quarterback coach, has like all the history of football in the world and knows those things. We talked about it probably 6 or 8 years ago. Just looking at different things that some team did. And we started doing it a whole lot in 2019.
Yes.
A coach and friend of mine had started doing it, and they were changing it every week. And we started having fun with that. And we've used it at different times throughout the years, and it's been really good for us.
So it comes down to numbers. Talk about what the read is, because you got 2 guys in the middle of the field with essentially a quarterback, everybody else set, and the quarterback's making the read. Talk about what the math needs to be.
Yeah, so we're depending on what the formation is, I guess we have several. Really, we're trying to get even numbers, or obviously outnumber them somewhere, and we're trying to move different guys and use their skill sets. Whether it's JoJo and Isaiah, guys that can do some blocking or running, or being guys that can throw the ball, all those different things, and just try to move numbers around and really cause a little bit of confusion in a situation. And worst case scenario, it's something that we put on film. We want people to have to work on for 5 or 10 minutes. And we might only have to work on it for 2.
Gotcha. So going down there, had you decided before you got down there that if we scored, that's what we're going to run? Well, when you lined up, it looked like you guys were going to get the playoff, and Richmond was in disarray. You had them, and Coach Till
did a good job.
Sprinted the length of the field and got down there to call the timeout before you guys get that snap off. How tempted were you to see, do they really know how to cover this? Let's do it again, instead of lining up and running a more traditional play?
Maybe so, but I felt good about the next play we had called ready to go, which is, if they probably spent that whole timeout talking about how they would line up to this, now we show them something totally different. So that was kind of my thought. I think once they saw the formation, they would be able to line up well enough to take it away. But he did a good job of getting down there, because I felt very confident we could make that happen. If we don't miss the PAT before that might have been going for 2 to win the game in that situation. So it is what it is.
All right. So coming out of that, you guys don't get the 2-point conversion. You need to force a stop.
Yep.
You get 3rd and long. Then a flag comes out. Talk about, I don't want you don't need to critique the call, but tell the folks at home exactly what you got flagged for that ended up converting the 3rd down and essentially into the ballgame.
Right. So it was, they call us unsportsmanlike conduct, simulating the snap count. We do it very often. We move our front. We're a multiple front defense. We have to say something to move. Otherwise, how does everybody move? So we have words we use, and the word is shift. When they say shift, everybody moves. They said that when we said shift, that was simulating their snap count. So maybe they snapped the ball and shift. But that's what they determined. The back judge came in and tried to help to no avail.
Fair enough. Back when I played football a million years ago, that was a tactic that the defense would employ. You're barking out, hut, hut.
All right. And you see people clapping. We're not doing that.
And now clapping, with the silent counts and all the rest of that, now you see it. And it is something you see called, if you watch different levels of football, you'll see it occasionally. But in a circumstance like this, there was no ill intent. It was a very inopportune time, I'll say, for the call to be made. But, it ended it all. But a great ball game, nonetheless. This is one of those, with Pinecrest, I'm sure, there was a little annoyance. This one, probably a different kind of disappointment, right?
Definitely. So we're talking with the boys watching film today. I felt like versus Pinecrest, there were 3 or 4 plays out of a 10-play group that if we made all 3 or 4 of those plays, then we're winning the game.
Yeah.
This past week, there was 15 plays we had in the playlist,
and
if we made one of them, we can win the game.
All right. Well, This matchup, the one thing that this loss assured is this weekend's game is titanic.
Yep.
I mean, this is as big as it gets regular season-wise. The winner, locked in, going on into the postseason automatically. Loser of that game, jury's still out. Probably going to get in, but it's going to be a whole different animal as far as seeding goes. What are your thoughts about Scotland this weekend?
So Scotland is, I would say, similar to the way Pinecrest and Richmond's year had kind of went early on in the season. Played some very tough competition and kind of battled through that, and I would say gained some momentum at different times. Scotland played Pinecrest very well all the way deep into the last few minutes. They muff a punt, and then really Pinecrest scores a touchdown to put the game away. It's 23-21 with a few minutes left. So very, very competitive game. Obviously, they got a lot of athletes around the field, so be similar to the things we saw the last 2 weeks.
All right, Coach. Best of luck. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back to give away some hardware. You're watching Zaxby's Coaches Show.
Legal matters involving the family can be emotionally draining, complex, and difficult for all involved. Call the highly skilled attorneys at King Law Firm today. The call is free, the consultation is free, the advice is priceless. King Law Firm. We fight to make it right.
WilkinsonCars.com. Come visit us at our new location in Sanford. With the same great staff and the same great service. Test drive one of our many different vehicles. Check out our state-of-the-art service department and collision center, where our team can have you back on the road in no time. We're right across from Walmart at 3335 North Carolina 87 South. Schedule your appointment online at WilkinsonCars.com or call us at 919-842-3322. We guarantee we're the place to be at Wilkinson Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC.
At the Shed Depot of North Carolina, we believe there's a better way to buy a shed. One where all the selection, all the quality, and all the service are in one place to make your buying experience easier. Visit our sales center located just off US Highway 1 in Sanford, or get started today at ShedDepotNC.com to view in-stock models or to design your perfect shed using our 3D design tool.
All right, welcome back to Lee County Zaxby's Coaches Show. Coach, I got to say, people talk about Richmond County all the time. You've been down there, and everybody, it's a legacy program, right? 7 state championships. Lee County's got 6. I mean,
We're going to get another one, at least tie it, right?
Right.
Make that happen.
When are we going to get that?
Well, hopefully 2022.
All right, cool. So does the name Richmond mean anything to your players when they hear that? Or is that too long ago that they're not impressed by it?
I think it means... I think everybody respects every team we play, and hopefully we have fear of no one. I think that's kind of the mindset that we would like to present, and I would hope that other people would be the same way to us, have respect for our program, but be ready to play us. I think a lot of people that are older than these guys might have more fear than the boys.
Yeah, you got 3 straight state championships, but then every year they get farther and farther in the rear view. And when you look at recent production over the last 10, 12 years, Lee County and Richmond really kind of neck and neck in terms of, trips deep into the playoffs, the win-loss record, and all the rest of that. A lot of similarities between the two programs. Of course, they've done 4A, you guys have done 3. But who do we have with us give some hardware to this evening, Coach?
Yeah, so Offensive Player of the Week this week is senior Aiden Rooney. Aiden, 4-year football player for us, 3-year varsity player, couple-time all-conference offensive lineman. Also doing a lot of stuff for us on defense, just all around stud. He was our offensive player of the week this week. Obviously helping us run for a lot of yards and keeping the pocket clean. Senior running back / outside linebacker Raleigh Cotton is our defensive player of the week this week. Raleigh's doing a lot of stuff on defense for us, popping on some special teams. Even called a couple kicks this week.
Yeah, got in the book on special teams.
Kicking the ball
we saw
a little bit.
All right. So let me start with you, Mr. Cobb. When you see that kick coming, what's the thought process? Is there any panic when you're like, I can't let this thing hit the ground because there's no telling where it's going? What are you thinking? And at the same time, once you got hands on it, do you think, I can get this to the house?
I just didn't want to drop it. That's all I did.
I hear you. That's got to be nerve-wracking.
That was the main focus. I just didn't want to drop the ball. Once I caught it, I was like, everything was all right then at that point.
All right, this is for either of you guys. I'm talking to Coach about Richmond and what that name means to people of a certain age. Do names like Richmond and Scotland, do they impress you at all, or is it just another team on the schedule?
It doesn't impress me at all. It could be the Dallas Cowboys. We're still going to prepare and play like we always do.
All right, very good. Lee County hadn't lost 2 games back-to-back in a long time. 2 games back-to-back, we're back at least 11, 12 years ago since that happened, maybe 14 if I'm not mistaken. You take that personally?
I take it personally because we don't like to lose, and neither does.
Yeah, take it personally for sure.
All right, so moving Scotland, this is an opponent you guys know from last year. Last year, one of the most exciting games I've ever been a part of. What do you know about Scotland? What do they bring to the table, and what are you guys up against? What do you have to do well Friday night to come out of there with a W in Delambert?
Run to the wall. Yeah, run to the wall. Run to the ball, the game will be way different. Trust me.
All right. Anything else?
Just got to follow our fundamentals, man. Every team, you do that, and you win,
It's that simple, Coach? Just do fundamentals?
Execute, right? Execute. Yeah, fundamentals.
All right. Mr. Fouché, would you like to do the honors?
Absolutely.
You don't have to. You didn't actually have to get up.
I got to give him offensive player of the year, man.
Thanks to First Bank for these awards. Thanks to First Bank for all the support they give to local sports. You didn't make it out to the ball game this weekend?
I did not. I was playing in a golf tournament this weekend, so I apologize for that.
But where'd you play?
Pine Needles.
Okay. Pine Needles, not a bad course.
No, it's
not
a great
a bad course. I was
Great
down there on a
course.
scramble a few years ago.
I didn't win. Me and the Jackets have that in common.
Well, what do you shoot?
I'm a 5 handicap.
Oh, I'm not fooling with you.
I'm not as good as Mr. Lanier.
There are not very many people as Mr. Lanier, who's not here with us conspicuously tonight. But 5 is nothing to turn your nose up at, man.
No, it's not.
I've been a good
I've been
golfer.
playing a long time.
Been a good golfer at different times in my life. I've never been a 5. What's your handicap, Coach?
About 25. I don't
know. We can go golf and bring your wallet with you too when you come. All right. Anything you'd like to add about First Bank products and things that are going on out there?
Nothing too much is new right now. It's just, again, kind of like I said last week, the market's a little scary for everyone that's in the public right now. But you can't be too scared to ask a question. If you're unhappy at your bank, if you're not hearing what you want to hear, then I'd just say give us a shot.
Perfect.
Give me a call anytime.
Sound advice for everybody. First Bank, if you're in market for any sort of banking product needs, give these guys a call. Locally owned, there's a lot to be said for that. We could have a very deep discussion about centralized banking and all the damage it's done to the economy if you'd like, but we'll do that on another show.
We could. We're going to need our own hour for that.
I hear you. All right, this is the Zaxby's Coaches Show. We will be back on the other side with the Lamco Special Teams Player of the Week, and at some point we'll be giving away a Scholar Athlete Award as well. Man, we got all kinds of stuff to do. And coming up after the Jackets get out of here, Southern Lee Cavaliers will be with us, and Coach Mike McClure came in. I'm excited about that. It's been forever since we spoke. We'll see you on the other side of the break. You're watching the Zaxby's Coaches Show.
At King Law Firm, we draft wills and healthcare power of attorney to protect individuals' wishes. Call King Law Firm today. The call is free, the consultation is free, the advice is priceless. King Law Firm, we fight to make it right.
We took our signature sandwich and pumped up the bass. With bacon and cheese, it's the new Signature Club, remixed by Zaxby.
We have a home at 225 Sainsbury Place.
Bring it.
We have automobiles.
Bring it.
I have golf clubs.
Bring it.
We have a trampoline.
Bring it.
I have jewelry.
Bring it. For all your home, auto, life, all your insurance needs, give us a call at 919-774-4440.
Come see us in person, 1720 West Edward Drive in Sanford, right beside Dexter Steakhouse.
North Carolina Farm Bureau is a proud sponsor of
Scholar Athlete of the Week Award.
All right, welcome back to the Lee County edition of the Zaxby's Coaches Show for this week. Coach, get more award recipients out. I can't help it. It's the ADD, man. It's out in front of me. I'm just going to keep playing with Zaxby's football. It's going home. My dog's going to eat it, but he's going to have fun doing it. Who are our recipients for these next 2 awards? Let's start with the Special Teams Player of the Week.
Yeah, Special Teams Player of the Week this week, B.J. Brown, junior running back, kick returner. Had an explosive play that kind of sparked some stuff on kickoff return, as well as obviously doing pretty well on offense, making a couple plays on that side of the ball. Another solid game for B.J. And Scholar Athlete of the Week this week is Isaiah Peoples. Isaiah, another junior. All over the field making plays. He probably played 150 snaps on Friday.
BJ, I had you at 276. Is that a career high? Have you ever run for more yards than that in your life in a football game at any level?
Yeah.
Where at? When was it?
Like Rick.
What was the biggest number you ever put up at Rec?
Like 415.
Oh my gosh. Man, oh man, oh man. You had a great game. How many of those yards would you give back for a W?
Oh, I'll take all of them.
All of them? All right. Man, tough loss for you guys. I had to catch my breath and realize I'm not supposed to be too much of a homer when I'm calling the games. When you went down the 5-yard line, were you scared for a moment that maybe you suffered a real injury?
Yeah, because my hip gave up for some odd reason.
All right, but you jumped back up and you didn't feel any lingering effects the rest of the way?
No, sir.
All right, very good. Mr. Peoples, you do it all. You're like a Swiss knife. What is your favorite thing to do in the game? And you can't say running back because that's what you want to say. But since you haven't gotten a touch as a running back in a long time, what is your favorite spot amongst the things that Coach is utilizing you to do right now?
Bro, play in the middle of the field. Because I like seeing people come across the field and I get to hit them.
All right. Looking at tape, getting ready for Scotland, what kind of matchup well, I'll tell you what kind of matchups you got. They got long, tall, athletic receivers. How much of a problem do you think they're going to pose for you guys in the secondary?
Oh, not much. I think our coaches we got the game plan and we're going to execute it. So not much for us.
All right, very good. Fearless, man.
I like it, yeah.
I like it. I'll ask you guys the same thing. Richmond, when you see a name like Richmond or Scotland on the schedule, does that mean anything special to you? Just like just another team that's in the way?
It's just a name.
Yeah,
people get afraid because of what they did in the past, but it's just a name. So.
Yeah, like Coach said, just you can respect the team, but don't fear them. No matter who steps on the field, you don't fear them. Just play them like it's another team.
All right, and you guys get that this is a particularly big game this weekend.
Yes, sir.
Not trying to get ahead of ourselves, not the last game on the roster on the schedule, but this is a big one. Does that create any different urgency or pressure in your preparation, or are you just treating it like another week?
Another week. I mean, it might be a little bit more because but other than that, I'll say it's like another regular game, because we prepared ourselves since week 1, so.
All right.
We ready.
Very good. So Carson Lanier, Hunter, they're not here. I'll do it on your behalf. All right, we've got the Lamco Special Teams Player of the Week. You got another trophy. This is the first Special Teams Player of the Week. Anybody at Lee County's ever gotten those, so you hold that distinction. And a $25 gift card from Zaxby's. And Mr. Peoples, this is the Farm Bureau Scholar Athlete of the Week award. Moving in, so you're a junior this year.
Yes, sir.
You got another year before graduation. Looking from an academic standpoint and sort of what you want to do scholastically, what kind of field do you see yourself working in once you get done with school?
Criminology, try and get in the CIA, something like that.
Into the CIA?
Yes, sir.
You're going to be a super spy. I like that.
It's big time with it.
That's
taking
fantastic.
ID classes and all kinds of stuff like that.
All right.
Well-deserved scholar athlete.
Very good. All right. Coach, anything you'd like to add?
Hey, come down to Laurinburg and watch the game on Friday. Jackets.
Come on down. We think we're going to be in Laurinburg for the game. Not 100% certain right now. We're waiting on some clarity with regard to that. But one way or the other, we'll be keeping track of that game. Coach, good luck to all of the guys that showed up here today from Jacket Nation. We appreciate you guys coming out. Congratulations on all your awards and good luck this weekend. We will see you on the other side of the break with the Southern Lee Cavaliers. I'm fired up about that. You're watching the Zaxby's Coaches Show.
Lamco Homes. From concept to design, constructed to fit your lifestyle. We use only top quality finishes to make our house your home. Lamco Homes. Our standards are others' options.
If you've been injured in a car crash, the personal injury lawyers at King Law Firm will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call King Law Firm today. The call is free, the consultation is free, the advice is priceless. King Law Firm, we fight to make it right.
We took our signature sandwich and pumped up the bass. With bacon and cheese, it's the new Signature Club, remixed by Zaxby's.
Are you ready to sell your home and don't know which realtor to choose? Well, not all realtors are the same. I'm Crystal Copas, and I don't just stick a sign in the yard, throw it in the MLS, and hope to collect a commission. I provide a customized marketing plan that includes professional staging, photography, videography, and drone at no cost to you. Contact me, Crystal Copas, with RE/MAX Real Estate Service, and let's get your house sold. 919-356-5402 or visit me at crystalcopas.com.
Welcome back to the Zaxby's Coaches Show. Coach Mike McClure. Coach, you've been absent, man. I've been man, oh man, oh man. Everything good with you?
Yeah, everything good, man.
All right.
Everything's good.
So this has been a season where you guys, man, been that close that many times. Talk about what this team, where the areas of growth that you've been most impressed with this group of young men.
Just our willingness to go out and compete, and continue to play throughout the whistle, to the end, regardless of what the score is saying and regardless of where we're at on the scoreboard. We've been able to go out and fight and be in some close games this year, even with some bigger teams, such as, Richmond, be able to go out and put up the amount of points that we was able to put up against Scotland. That we didn't have that same type of success last year. So just being able to, have coaches say that, that they see the growth in us and they respect us for what we're doing and what we're trying to do over there, at Suddenly. So as far as this team, just buying into what we're doing, what we're trying to do, and just continue to play off of each other and feed off each other.
All right, you got it. From top to bottom on the roster, you look, and the one thing that's not there is not very many seniors.
Mm-hmm.
All these reps for all these sophomores and juniors that are in the system. Nobody knows what's going to happen with conference alignments. There's some rumors out there, the rest of that stuff. But the bottom line is you guys, week in, week out, line up to play whoever's across from you, and it's obvious to anybody who's paying any attention, you guys are there to fight.
Mm-hmm.
This week, stepping back and setting aside any feelings about the conference or size of the programs, you guys get the one school in the conference that is similar inside or most similar in size to you guys in Union Pines. And I know there's folks down there in Cameron kind of feel the same way. This is a statement game for both of your schools, whether you like it or not. What does Union Pines bring to the table, and what challenges do they pose this weekend?
Like you say, we match up similar, like you say, but they still got more numbers than us. So this will be a factor of us still trying to be fresh and us still trying to get out early on them, so that that doesn't come down, and to be a factor in deciding the game. But it's a well coached team. They're gonna come out a lot of different stuff that you got to be prepared for. And kids to be coached up for on. But like I said, I think we're just evenly matched. We're faster than them. So.
Well, I think you're faster than most teams you're going to play, to be honest, because regardless of everything else, everybody we talk to around the conference, around the region, when we talk about Southern Lee, the one thing they say, regardless of anything else, is, man, they got some athletes.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys got half a dozen guys that'll run past you if you get into space. So, it seemed from the outside looking in like job one is get those athletes in space, create those mismatches. You got any new wrinkles you're going to roll out for Union Pines this weekend, or just business as usual and you're going to try to out-execute?
Nah, just out-executing, just doing what we're doing. We haven't got away from our game plan ever since we sat down preseason and talked about what we wanted to do offensively, what we wanted to do defensively. And we stuck with it regardless of, what the outcome was with whoever we played. And that's just what we're going to do. We're just going to stick to our game plan and play our game. But, and like you said, it's a big game for us. It's a big game for us because right now we only have one loss in 3A football. So we take care of business on Friday, and then come back with the last game of the season, and we're going for an upset last game of the season, and then right then that puts us at number 2 with those two teams having to battle it out this Friday, so you never know what's going to happen with between those two teams. So, like you said, we've been telling our guys this week, we got to go in and take care of business. We can't leave anything on the table this week. We got to get in and get out.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Truesdale and I talked about this just last week with regard to the strength of the conference you're playing in. There is an upside kind of built into that, is no matter what happens, your strength of schedule's through the roof, because there's not too many other teams playing, Richmond, Pinecrest, Lee County, and I left one out,
Hoke.
Scotland, and Hoke. Hoke's playing some good football. That's a good ball club. Yeah. So any danger, because you've been here a couple years now, and the sort of dynamic of the Brick City Bowl, you got these young men that all grew up playing, youth ball together. They've come through junior high programs, a lot of commingling, intermix. These kids all know each other. Any fear that the allure of next week with the Brick City Bowl might distract some of these young men, or you think you got them focused and on point?
Not on my side.
Okay.
And, I think the guys, they understand what we got to do this Friday. We've been talking about it, ever since through the bye week. That's been our focus. That's what we've been mentioning, is how we got to take care of business this Friday to still give ourselves a shot at being able to go to playoffs. And that's why all we can do is take care of this week. And we'll worry about next week when that time gets here.
All right, Coach. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back to give away some hardware. You're watching the Zaxby's Coaches Show. I'm Chris. This is Coach. We'll see you over on the other side.
We have a home at 225 Sainsbury Place.
Bring it.
We have automobiles.
Bring it.
I have golf clubs.
Bring it.
We have a trampoline.
Bring it.
I have jewelry.
Bring it.
For all your home,
Auto,
life,
all your insurance needs, give us a call at 919-774-4440.
come see us in person. 1720 West Edward Drive in Sanford, right beside Dexter Steakhouse.
North Carolina Farm Bureau is a proud sponsor of
Scholar Athlete of the Week Award.
WilkinsonCars.com. Come visit us at our new location in Sanford. With the same great staff and the same great service. Test drive one of our many different vehicles. Check out our state-of-the-art service department and collision center, where our team can have you back on the road in no time. We're right across from Walmart at 3335 North Carolina 87 South. Schedule your appointment online at WilkinsonCars.com. Call us at 919-842-3322. We guarantee we're the place to be at Wilkinson Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC.
At the Shed Depot of North Carolina, we believe there's a better way to buy a shed. One where all the selection, all the quality, and all the service are in one place to make your buying experience easier. Visit our sales center located just off US Highway 1 in Sanford, or get started today at ShedDepotNC.com to view in-stock models or to design your perfect shed using our 3D design tool.
All right, welcome back to Zaxby's Coaches. So, Coach Mike McClure of the Southern League Cavaliers. Coach, you got a couple of athletes out here. We've got the Offensive Player of the Week and the Scholar Athlete. Let's start with the Offensive Player of the Week. Who do we have with us, Coach?
Right. Offensive player from the Hope County game, we got Tyrese Douglas with us. Rushed for, he had, I think, over 150 on the ground, off 20 carries, had 2 catches and a touchdown. Gave it to us, and he had our only score for the night. He's the offensive player for that week.
Not a bad week's work. Tell me, I talked to Coach and kind of got a broad answer. From an offensive perspective, what do you think the offense is doing? Where do you think most of the biggest improvements have come in the offense from week 1 through where you guys are at now?
Well, we're a big team that run the ball. I think we're really starting to progressing it and move the ball downfield and stop being behind the chains.
All right, who's the fastest player on the offense?
Well, I'm gonna say me, but overall we probably got me, Anthony, a couple more guys pretty quick out there.
Okay, yeah, there's a lot of guys. That's sort of Southern's legacy is always having athletes. This team, I mean, you got a collection of them out there, Coach. It's like a track meet out there. Congratulations. Merrick, I'm going to let you say a few words as you present that. You don't need to stand up. I'll slide it for you, but just say a few words about First Bank and the award just generally.
I got you. Well, I'll revert back to the same thing I said earlier. Everything's crazy in the world right now. Banking's one of the craziest things. Don't be scared. If you need some help, please give us a shout. If you're not happy where you're at, then give me a call.
All right.
You know where to find me. I'm on Spring Lane. I'm always there.
You know what I do when I get scared?
What's that?
I watch a football game.
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing that's not crazy. Right. Football is now what it used to be, and nothing's changed. So it's awesome. Right. Congratulations. In addition to the trophy brought to you by First Bank, there is a gift card for $25 at Zaxby's. Congratulations.
Yeah, good plan, man. Congratulations.
And, Coach, we also have the Farm Bureau Scholar Athlete of the Week. Can you do the honors?
So, Scholar is Matt Kidd. Matt could have easily been an offensive player, and he plays O-line. So, I know looking at him, you want to think he plays O-line, but with our scheme, he's a perfect fit for O-line. Not fearless, but in playing offensive line, you got to be smart. You got to be able to think. Got to understand who you block in on certain plays if they line up in certain fronts, and he's been able to do that. And crazy thing about it, it's a game that he's coming back from concussion that he gets to, this award. But like I said, he could have been easily offensive player because he had that type of game. I mean, he was just out there mauling kids. It's don't look like it, but he really gets after it on the offensive line.
All right, when you think offensive line, you're not necessarily thinking I'm looking for somebody that's cerebral, that's smart out there. Talk about the decisions and the acuity that it takes to be an offensive lineman. What advantage does being smart on that offensive line give you?
Gives you more of an advantage to know what they're going to do before they're going to do it, and then you already know what you're doing, so you know where to be in the right spot.
All right, I have a feeling you might give a different answer than anybody that I've ever asked this question to. If given the option, would you prefer to run block or pass block?
Run block.
Oh, I thought maybe I'd finally get one. Hey, all you guys are the same, man. No matter how different you are, y'all want to get out there and just beat people up.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So what position on the offensive line would you choose if you were calling the shots? Where would you be most effective?
Guard. Where I'm at now.
Where you can go out there, pull, and knock people down. I like that, man. I like that. From an academic standpoint, once school is out and gone and you're on in the rest of your life, go to college, what do you plan to do academically?
Something like hands-on, maybe HVAC, energy lineman, something like that.
Man, I love that answer. And anybody that has gotten their HVAC fixed lately knows you can make a heck of a living. Yeah. Not a bad call. All right, Coach, anything you'd like to add?
All right, just continue to support Cavaliers, and we're on a come up. So just appreciate all the support that we've been getting so far.
I'm excited about it. What time's kick on Friday night?
7:30.
And where can folks get tickets?
We'll be through GoFan. It is homecoming for us, so just make sure all former Southern alumni just come out, support. We'll be selling tickets through GoFan. Be no cash. So.
All right, we'll have a crew on hand over on campus at Southern Lee. Might be me. I don't know yet. Guys, you ready for this weekend?
Yes, sir.
Does this game against Union Pines, does it resonate as different than any other week on the schedule, or is this just another game? How y'all feeling about this?
Man, we gotta win. We gotta go out there, handle business, do our job. Everybody do their job. We'll be all right.
All right. In preparation, if you had to put together an index card and say what challenges this team poses, what would you put on?
Not many I can think of.
All right.
Yeah.
Just got to go out there and play your game and you're going to get the W?
Definitely got better
athletes. Let them get in our head.
All right. All right. I'm fired up, man. I'm digging this. All right. Very good. Coach, we'll take a quick break and we'll come back and we'll talk about whatever you want to. We got some time to kill. So if you want to talk about pro football, college football, high school football, whatever you want to talk about, Coach. We can share recipes if you like, whatever we're going to do. All right, we'll be back on the other side of the break, and we'll figure out what we're going to talk about before we get back. You're watching the Zaxby's Coaches Show. I'm Chris. This is Coach.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions
and building trusted relationships. My name is Rich Trocken, and we are First Bank.
If you've been injured in a car crash, the personal injury lawyers at King Law Firm will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call King Law Firm today. The call is free, the consultation is free, the advice is priceless. King Law Firm, we fight to make it right.
We took our signature sandwich and pumped up the bass. With bacon and cheese, it's the new Signature Club, remixed by Zaxby.
At the Shed Depot of North Carolina, we believe there's a better way to buy shed. One where all the selection, all the quality, and all the service are in one place to make your buying experience easier. Visit our sales center located just off US Highway 1 in Sanford, or get started today at ShedDepotNC.com to view in-stock models or to design your perfect shed using our 3D design tool.
Coach, I asked you what you want to talk about, and sometimes, we riff about college football, whatever, but you have an interesting perspective I'd like to tap into. You are a Coastal Carolina alum, and you are a Coastal Carolina alum from like old school before Coastal Carolina became this national sort of iconic program. A couple years ago when they went undefeated, beat BYU toward the end of the season, got all that press, people sort of woke up and discovered the program. And, they're bringing in athletes, they're pumping guys into the NFL. Tell me everything there is to know about Coastal that I don't already know.
20 years this year, since football started. So I feel like they made a lot of progress in 20 years. You don't find that in a program. So just 20 years of football will be this year, and it's been a long, made some progress. So, other than that, that's about it, man.
All right. From a young man, and I'm looking for a program to go to, going to the beach is probably, part of the allure. And it seems it seems from the outside looking in. I haven't been down to a game down there yet, but it looks like the crowd is just bananas.
Yeah.
Were you there before or after Jerome Simpson?
After.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever met Jerome Simpson?
I have not.
I met him one time, and he has the biggest hands of anybody I've ever met. I don't know where they like catcher's mitts, man. They're gigantic. Coach, big game this weekend. We wish you the best of luck. You guys run the table, so let's game this out. If you guys win against Union Pines this weekend, regardless of what happens with Scotland or Lee County, can you guys win the conference, the 3A portion of it?
Just by overall record, I don't think we'll be able to. Overall record, but that does put us in a better position to be eligible for the playoffs.
All right.
Scotland and Lee County, obviously overall record is better than ours, but if we go out and get 2 of the 3A conference wins out of the 3 that we played, then that puts us in a much better position.
All right. Well, we'll the whole county be pulling for you this weekend against Union Pines. Whether I'm at that game or I'm at the other, I'll be scoreboard watching, pulling for you. So best of luck. Merrick, you got anything you'd like to add on the way out?
That's it. I do. I wish y'all the best of luck as well. I hope you win, and next week's going to be fun.
All right. Homecoming at Southern Lee. If you don't have anything else planned, get on down there. Lee County's going all the way to Laurinburg. Go watch high school football this weekend, man. There really is nothing better going on Friday night. I'm honored to be able to be a part of that for most of each football season for the last 10 years. I'm Chris. This is Coach. This has been a lot of fun. We will see you tomorrow night from Moore County. We're joined by Coach Jason Truesdale, Union Pines Vikings. Any messages you want me to deliver to him? You sure? A prediction, something? All right.
No.
Heads up. Good.
We'll be down there with Jason Truesdale from the Union Pines Vikings and Coach Nick Edens of the Pinecrest Patriots. Yeah. It always crosses me up because Patriots are supposed to be red, white, and blue, and their color scheme doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, I'm Chris. This is Coach. We appreciate you hanging out with us. We'll see you tomorrow, next week, Friday, sometime. Peace.
Are you ready to sell your home and don't know which realtor to choose? Well, not all realtors are the same. I'm Crystal Copas, and I don't just stick a sign in the yard, throw it in the MLS, and hope to collect a commission. I provide a customized marketing plan that includes professional staging, photography, videography, and drone at no cost to you. Contact me, Crystal Copas, with RE/MAX Real Estate Service, and let's get your house sold. 919-356-5402 or visit me at crystalcopas.com.
"90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. My name is Rich Trogdon, and we are First Bank.
The Zaxby's Coaches Show, brought to you by First Bank, Farm Bureau Insurance, and Zaxby's Friends, Family, Flavor. With your host, Chris Delambert, only on the NFHS Network. Brought to you by New Image Media.